My name's Rochelle, and I'm going to need your help. If you have any ideas for the future for 3 on Thursdays, please put them in the comments. That's how we are able to know what the hot topics are in ESGI and how we can help. So these topics today are how to use the parent conferencer to schedule your remote assessments, how to batch process your parent letters, and how to modify your assessments to meet the needs of your students. So let's get started. The first one came to us from a webinar viewer last night, and they said, you know what would be neat? Could we use the parent conferencer in ESGI to schedule our parent conferences for remote assessment? Brilliant. Yes, you can. If you've never clicked on the parent conferencer, just click on that right there. You'll be presented with a blank grid. Now, I've already filled in a few of mine just by clicking on the date that I'm going to have the conferences and the times. Now, once I have my whole grid filled in with the times and days that I want to have parent conferences, I simply take a student name from the class list and drag that name into a spot. Now that conference has been scheduled. I just click on the student's name and I'm able to make some modifications to the information. If I want to change the time, I can do that. Now I've pre-filled in Zoom call for my room number because we're going to be meeting with parents now, maybe with Zoom. So I filled that in instead of my classroom. And then I click on print the conference letter. Now I know you're probably not printing these out and sending them home, but let me show you what they look like and show you how you can download it as a PDF to send via email. So notice this one here, it talks about the time and the day, and it's very professional looking, talking about how you're going to conference with the parent perhaps, or that you've scheduled a Zoom meeting with them. So click on print. Now, my printer comes up here, but if I use the drop down, I can save to a PDF. So I sure hope you can with your printer options as well. You can save it as a PDF and then you can attach it to an email. Now I know what you're probably thinking, I don't want it to say this information at the top, but let me show you how you can edit the template to say whatever you'd like during these times. So this is the parent letter template. If I highlight it, I can type in something new. You might say, during this time, we will be doing our end of the year assessments via Zoom, via Skype, via FaceTime, whatever you want to do. And you could write that right in here and change it up and then save it. And that will print on all the parent letters for the parents. But don't forget to download them as a PDF and attach them to an email. So thank you for that tip, how to use the parent conferencer to schedule your remote assessment. All right, second topic on 3 on Thursdays is how to batch process all of your parent letters. Now, this came to us because a principal, bless his heart, asked us, how can I help my teachers out by going into my admin account and printing out and mailing in the US mail parent letters? Isn't that great? What a great principal to think about how he could help his teachers. So we advised him that you can batch process your parent letters. If you've never done it, click on all your students, and this can be done in a teacher account as well as in an administrator account, and you can then click on parent letter. So all students parent letter, and then you can print them all out at one time just by scrolling down and saying show for class. Now you probably do show for student all the time, but if you show for the class, what it's going to do is print out each letter separately with a page break. So you can just do a whole batch at once. So you have Mary's here. I'm going to scroll down. You see a page break right here. Then here's Soraya's parent letter, page break, Joe's, and so on. So your whole class will print in one batch for the parent letter. And again, you can download this too if you want to, but if you're going to send them home via US mail or put them in their packets, maybe you're making some packets for each student, you can just do a batch with all students' parent letter. All right, so that was number 2. Number 3, we got the question, you know, I need to do a lot of differentiating for my students, especially during this time. How am I really going to differentiate with remote learning? One of the ideas is to modify the tests in ESGI. So a couple ways you can do it. Go to the Test Explorer, look for tests, and then modify them to meet your students' needs. So let's say you are doing money for a test, and you're giving all your students the regular money test that you had for your class, but some of your students perhaps need some of these questions modified. Maybe they're not doing the dollar bill. And so we want to take out the paper dollar bill here just by making a copy and renaming it. So maybe this is for my resource students that are in the resource program. So I might put RSP on here just to represent the resource program. So I remember that this test is modified. And then I come over here and I click on edit question. And here you can see when you click on images, you can easily remove them like that. And you can click on the dollar bills, take those out of there. And now I can save it. So each question can be done separately. You can see the dollar bills are missing here. We can take the dollar bills off there and then save it. Now what you might want to do as well is make a separate tab for those resource students so that when you click on the tab here, like these, all of the tests that you've modified are under one tab. So to create your own tab, it's down here. Make a new tab, and then you can add the test that you've created right here. Remember, I made this test modified, so I'm going to add that just by scrolling all the way down to the bottom and adding it to the subject. Now you can see on my RSP with that modified test in it, back at the home screen, I can easily find that new tab. If I scroll all the way down, here it is right here. All right, 3 on Thursdays, 3 short topics for you. You help us by telling us what you want to hear about next week. Put it in the comments below. We're so happy that you're part of ESGI's All-Star Teacher, and we hope that you're having a great week. Take care.